Meanwhile, Texas, of course, as Andy was just talking about, is about to see some freezing temperatures. And now the top executive in charge of the Texas power grid wants to create a special gas desk, as it's being called, to make sure that power plants have the fuel they need.
Natural gas supply lines stopped working during last winter's big storm. I know I don't have to remind you, but will it happen again? 6 News reporter Andrew Moore spoke to the Texas Oil and Gas Association about that concern today. Andrew?
Texas power plants need to keep running during cold weather so your home has power. And if they don't have the natural gas to do that, that's a problem. Well, the state has now put new weatherization requirements in place for natural gas providers. But so far, the president of the Texas Oil and Gas Association says this will not be a repeat of last year. So what's different here? Well, Association President Todd Staples told us some companies that supply natural gas actually had their electricity turned off during the winter storm. That interrupted gas supply to the power plants and made the whole power situation worse. This year, however, all those companies should be designated as critical infrastructure so they don't get their power disconnected in a controlled blackout. Staples says the gas itself can be enough to keep pipes warm as long as the company pumping it has their lights on.
Oil and gas comes out of the ground at anywhere from 100 to 200 degrees. And so you keep it moving and you keep those pressure points insulated, and generally production continues to occur.
Staples also told us power plants can and should keep some natural gas on site in case the supply is briefly interrupted. Again, the Texas Railroad Commission has not technically released their own winterization requirements for oil and gas pipelines as of yet, but Staples says pipeline companies already do it, and as long as their power stays on, there really should not be a problem. Guys?
Yeah, thanks, Andrew. Of course, we've been talking about this since last summer when we knew a cold week like this was coming. We're going to see what happens. Now, we know that's still a big concern, of course, for some of you at home on whether you'll be able to keep the heat on, so we will do our best to keep you updated.